First, your reaction to Senator Frank Drilon's calling the bill as a dismal failure. Are his figures spot on?
Well, definitely it's not a dismal failure, and the figures would bear me out. If you look at, let's talk about the most basic figure, which I think everyone can agree on is the most important figure, is the disbursements. That more or less, your physical accomplishment is connected with the disbursements of the agency.
The disbursements more than the number of projects that have begun?
More or less, that's our measuring stick.
Okay.
And in fact, even everyone will acknowledge when we're judged on on the metrics on how much we've accomplished, it's always based on disbursements.
Okay, so let's talk about the disbursements.
Yes.
What are the figures?
In 2018 alone, just 2018, we disbursed 590 billion pesos. That's by far the largest disbursement for any single year. Since from 2017, 2018, and to date, we've disbursed 1.5 trillion pesos. That's 1.5 trillion pesos worth of physical accomplishment, because you can only pay once there's a physical accomplishment.
Right.
So if you want to track it, you really look at the disbursement. So it's not even close. This is the most disbursements any administration has ever made, and we're only halfway through.
All right. But, you know, it's hard to dispute the 9 out of 75 projects that have been started. That's pretty small. How do you react to that, apart from the disbursements?
To begin with, the 75 project, the list, and I think just the list that they're talking about was a list that, you know, we're not, in our department, we're not really updated. I guess we didn't. That's not a refreshed list. That's not an updated list. I think.
Yung 75.
In fact, that list was something that we submit a lot of projects, and you know, for vetting. That's our regular process. Okay. We have so many projects that we have to vet, that we have to see kung ano po yung rate of return, kung feasible siya. In fact, in the beginning of the term, we had a list of many projects that we were conceptualizing for possible implementation. Okay. After we have this list, then we start vetting, we do our due diligence. Meaning, gagawa kami ng mga pre-feasibility studies.
That's right.
Pag-aaralan namin yung cost ng project. And then based on that, that's when we decide which projects we implement. Now, ang ginamit nilang listahan, yung listahan nung nagsimula pa lang kami. Now, kami naman, meron na kami mga bagong projects. After the studies, we have different priorities. We found projects that are that of a high rate of return. So, you know, we can't just stick to a list of 75. Yearly we implement 20,000 projects. You know, it's to date we've implemented 80,000. So
in short, it's a changing list.
Yes, it's not.
So yung 75 na yon, noon yun, tapos maraming nadagdag na hindi kasama sa 75. So marami rin yung nadagdag sa mga accomplished.
Exactly. Let's not obsess over a list that was made a long time ago that doesn't reflect the build. The build encompasses tens of thousands of projects that represent the largest infrastructure program in the history, by far. And there's no question. You can look at every metric, whether it's school buildings built, whether it's money dispersed, whether it's number of projects. By far, this is the largest. And kung titignan nyo lang yung GDP, we've never surpassed 3% in terms of spending of GDP.
But now
we're at 5%, and we're targeting 7%. So there's no metric that you can give me that doesn't tell us that build is by far, there's no failure. There's no metric that would give us the conclusion that it's a failure.
Kasi ang hinahanap ng mga tao, di ba? Mga tulay, kalsada, train, ganon. So,
lumayo na tayo sa mga numero.
Pero
umikot lang kayo sa Manila, umikot lang kayo sa mga cities, ang dami natin project. Makakabiyahe ka ba na wala kang nakikitang project? Dito pa lang sa Metro Manila, everywhere you go, tingnan mo, ongoing yung Skyway. We finished the Harbor Link. We finished the Laguna Lake Highway. We finished a few weeks ago, yung mga papuntang Batangas, ginamit nila yung first phase ng Cala-X. That's 10 kilometers. The Harbor Lake extension is almost done. And if you look at the bridges across Pasig, yung Santa Monica Loton, yung Estrella Pantaleon, they're already halfway finished. Everywhere you go, there's may makikita kang construction. Halos weekly, meron akong inauguration.